as a part of a playlist SQL for beginners. In this video, I will give an examples for SQL commands. That means SQL commands are categorized into three, that is a DDL, DML as well as a DCL. Data definition language, data control language, data manipulation language. So one by one I will explain with the proper examples. Now what's my requirement is I want to create the table student. So I want to create the table student with the following attributes. So I try to list out the attributes and what data type it is and what is the width of this, width of each attribute. So first attribute I want to maintain it as a roll number and it's a number type. So I want to maintain a roll number as a 4-digit roll number. So the maximum width is a 4. And the next one is the student name. So I can call it as a S name. Here I can take a varchar 2. And the maximum characters is a 15. And the next one is a class. It's also varchar 2. So here the width, my expected width is a 10. That means I want to store the complete data, 6th class, 8th class, like this I want to enter the complete data. And here, and the next one is a date of join. It's a date type. Here attribute names are uppercase or lowercase. There is no such type of things. You can use anything. That's why I used a mixed one. Don't confuse here. Don't get confusion. And for data, there is no need to specify the width. Why? Because it's a fixed width. It's a fixed width. That is 8 bytes. So no need to specify data type. So this is my requirement. I want to create a table student with the following attributes. And date of join is a date. So this is my requirement. How the syntax was. Now log on to SQL Plus, give the username and then password. Once you are getting the SQL prompt, here you can use the syntax for how to create the table. Now my requirement is I want to create the table, create table, table name is a student, and here you can use the attributes. The first attribute is a roll number, it's a number type. The width you have to specify within the brackets, it's a 4 digits, and the next one is the student name, it's a varchar 2 of 15 characters, and the next one is class. This is also varchar 2 of 10 characters, and the next one is a date of join. It's a date type. There is no width for this. If there is no errors, it will give the confirmation as a table created. Now what's my requirement is to check whether the table is created or not. You can use the select statement, select star from tab. Yesterday I discussed regarding tab. What is a tab? Tab in the sense table. So it will list out the student table. Yesterday only bonus, department, employee as well as the salary grade as are there. Today we have created a new table called a student. CLSCR, clear the screen. Now what's my next requirement is I want to display the structure of the table. Structure of the table in the sense what are the attributes are there, what data type it is. To know about this, you can use the command DESC. DESC represent a describe. Describe whatever the table you want. So I want my table which is created recently. So it will list out what are the attributes are there, roll number, name, as well as class, and then date of join. Once the table is ready, then only it's possible to perform the manipulations. Come to the data manipulation language. There are 4 commands. The first one is the insert, and the second one is the select, and third one is the update, and the next one is delete. First of all, you have to insert the values. Inserting the values are 3 types. That is inserting single record. The syntax will be like this. Insert into student. If it is a numeric data and followed by the keyword values. If it is a numeric data, you can give directly. If it is a character or varchar or date, you must give within the single quotes. Oracle doesn't support double quotes. So the first roll number is 123. So the name is Kiran, and the class is 8th class. 8th class. So for this, I am given the width as a varchar of 10. And the next one is the date, 12th January 98. There is no errors. It will give the confirmation. One row is created. So this is for inserting single record. If you want to insert one more record, again you have to type entire statement. Instead of this, you go for a second method. That is inserting the continuous records without typing the insert statement. The syntax will be like this. CLS here. Insert into table name, that is the student. View the values. Followed by here you can use the ampersand. In C language, in scanf, you can use the ampersand. Here also you can use the same. If it is a character type within the single quotes, you can use the ampersand. The second attribute is the S name. And the next attribute is a class. And the next attribute is date of join. So in this case, what happened? It lost the input. So directly here it lost the S name. Why? Because for roll number you are not specifying the attribute name. Simply you are using ampersand. So this is a wrong situation. To come outside, you can use a Control C for exit from SQL Plus. Sorry. Again, you try to log in. Getting the prompt. And here, inserting the values for continuous records, the syntax will be like this. So inserting the value continuous records, the syntax will be like this. Insert into table name and values. Here you can use the ampersand symbol. In C language, in scanf, you can use the ampersand. Same fashion here also you can use the roll number. And if it is a character type, you must give within single quotes student name. And same fashion for class also. Why I am using ampersand in the sense, without typing insert statement continuously, I want to insert the records. In this case, it lost like this. 124. The name is Kishore, and the class is 9th class, and date of join is 12th January 98. So one row is created. If you want to repeat the same command once again without typing insert statement, simply you can use or slash. That means SQL commands are stored in buffer. SQL commands are stored in buffer, so that if you want to repeat that command, you can use the slash or R. So it will ask the second record. So 125, the name is Suresh, and come to the class. Let's say 8th class, and the date of join is the 13th January 98. Again, it will give the confirmation. If you want to insert, if you are using the R, again it will repeat, but there is a minor difference between a slash and then R. In case of slash, the insert statement is not displayed, directly it will ask the input. In case of R, it will prompting the insert statement, after that it will ask the input. That is only my difference between a slash and R. 126, and the name is Kiran, was 10th class. Date of join is 12th January 98. So like this you can insert the records. This is second method, continuously phone to insert the records without typing insert statement each and every time. You can use this method. And third method is inserting the values for particular attributes. So out of roll number, S name, student name, class and date of join, I know only name and then class. I don't know the roll number, I don't know the date of join. So in that case, insert into student. Before giving the values, here you can specify within the brackets for which attributes you know the information. Student name and then class. After that you can give the values. So if it is a multiple records, in this case also you can use ampersand. If it is a single record, you can use directly. Now the name is Kiran, class is a 10th class. That's about inserting the values for particular attributes. Now what's my requirement is, I want to display what are the records are there. Why I'm using frequently time to time serial SCR. So if the screen is clear, it's comfortable to see what is the output, proper space is available. That's why I'm using serial SCR, but it's not required in our regular practice. Now to display, you can use the select statement star. After star, space is required or not, that is optional. Even if you're not giving the space, from what is the table name, that is student, terminated by semicolon. Star represent all columns. So these are the records we inserted. Clear? Right. Now to save the data into the database permanently, you can use a general transaction command, control language, TCL command, commit. So the data is just permanently stored into the database, right? Now what's my requirement is, for the last record, that is a Kiran, 10th class, there is no roll number, there is no date of join. So here, if you want to display, if you want to do any manipulations based on certain condition, you can use the where class. So in this case, what happened? All the records are displayed. Or if you want to display only particular record, you can use the clause of where roll number equal to 123. So it will display only particular record. Or if you want to display only particular columns, I want to display roll number as well as S name, you can give me individual instead of using a star. From student, where roll number equal to, not only roll number, you can use any attribute at condition, but that's based on your requirement. Here S name spelling mistake. So try to clear the screen. To repeat these commands, you can use a up arrow, down arrow. go to the S name instead of a SANME, you can make it as a SNAME. It will display only particular record, only particular attributes. That means any manipulations, not only insert, select and then update, delete. If you want to do any manipulation exactly on a particular record, you can use the class where class. Now you can display all the records once again. Now for the last record, so I try to give roll number equal to 127, update the table name, update table name by using the keyword set. What are the what attributes are going to be information? Those attributes you can specify. Roll number equal to 127 and date of join. So 12th January 98. Here you can use the where class. If you are not using where class, what happened? All the records are updated. So that you can use a where. What condition you can specify here? So there are different possibilities. If you said that where SNM equal to Kiran, 126 record also updated because the SNM is a Kiran. And along with 126, 125, 126, 123 also updated. Suppose where we said that where class equal to 10th class, if you specified as a condition, 126 record also updated. Suppose if we said that where roll number is null, at present only one roll number is null. Suppose there are multiple null records are there. In this case, that means here what my point is, in all the records, if the information is the same in all the attributes, if you want to perform exactly the manipulation exactly on particular record, you can use a row ID at condition part, row ID at a condition part, row ID at a condition part. To get the row IDs of particular table, select row ID along with roll number, along with S name. From student, you can say based on the number of records, it will display that much number of row IDs. So here again S name is a problem. S name. So they are the row IDs. The row IDs is a combination of alphabets and numbers. Just you can observe. Here what happened, the database internally it's divided into segments. Segments can be divided into blocks. And each and every block has a record address. That is row ID. Here you can observe the last characters. A, B, C, D, like this. Last character is changed. Once it will reach the Z, the second character is changed. Like this, it will display some row IDs. Based on this row IDs, whatever the record you want to update, you can specify. Now, I want to give the roll number as 127 for the last record and date of join is 12th January 98. See, my update statement will be like this. Update student. To give any information, you can use the set in update statement. Roll number equal to 127 and date of join also specify, that is 12th January 98. 12th January 98. For whom, where row ID equal to. Same row ID have to specify. It must be in uppercase only. There is no lowercase. A and that is SK. S is the capital letter and next K is the small letter. And next one is the number 2. Again uppercase letters A, E. Again 4 A's. A. After that I, M A D. Let's specify like this. It will display exactly. It will update only one record. That is the power of a row ID. Row ID is the address of particular record. It's not created by user. It's called the columns which are not created by user. You can call it as a pseudo columns. Right? That's about the important point regarding this. In the next one, now we can check what happened. All the records are fulfilled. Now I want to remove the record. So what are the manipulations you are doing? Each and every time you can say commit, so that the data is permanently database, stored into the database permanently. What is the advantage if you go for commit? If unexpectedly do any manipulations, if data is lost, if I want to recover, the data must be committed. Suppose I want to delete the records. I want to delete a particular record. By mistake, what I am doing is delete from student. I forget about the where condition. So what happened? All the 5 records are removed. How it's possible to get back? If it is not committed, it's not possible to get back. Because I am applying the commit command, it's possible by using a. Now we try to select one once again. What happened? See. So no rows are there. Then for this purpose, you can use one more transaction control language command, that is a rollback. Now rollback complete. Clear the screen. Now try to display. Records are back. That is the power of a transaction control language, rollback. Commit is to store the data into the database permanently. Once the data is committed, if you don't want any transactions after committing the data, simply you can say rollback, just like undo. Right? That's about the DML commands. Now you know how to insert the records. Inserting the values are 3 types. Once again revise. Inserting single record, inserting a continuous records, and inserting the values for particular attributes. Once the data is inserted, by mistake, in all the records, if the information is the same, if you want to perform any manipulation exactly on particular record, you can use a pseudo column called a row ID. Row ID is address of particular record. It's not repeated. To get the row IDs, already have seen. By using select statement, you can get. And that row ID you can use at a condition part for any manipulation. If you want to modify, you can use update. If you want to remove, you can use delete. Or if you want to select, you can use the select statement. That's about our DML commands. Now, what's my requirement is, there are some records, roll number, there are some attributes in the student table, roll number, name, class, and then date of join. Now, what's my requirement is, along with these four attributes, I want to maintain 3 subject marks, and then I want to calculate the total marks. That's my requirement. For this purpose, you can use a alter command. So I want to add following attributes to student table. So the attributes are, I want to maintain mass marks. So I don't want to specify particular subject. I can make it as a marks 1. It's a number type. It's a 3 digits. And the second subject marks 2. It's also number. It's not 2, it's a 3 digits. Here also it's a 3 digits. M3, number 3, along with the total marks. I want to calculate the total. It's also number, but it's a 4 digits. So this is my requirement, and here, so these are my requirement. If you want to modify the structure of the table, you can use alter command, DDL, come back to DDL. Alter command has the 3 options. The first one is add, and the second one is a modify, and third one is a drop. By using add, you can add new columns. by using a modify, you can change the width as well as you can change the data type. If data is the existing particular column, it's not possible to decrease the width and it's not possible to change the data type. So this is my requirement. So that how it's possible. Now I want to modify the table by adding attributes M1, M2, M3 as well as a total marks. So that you can use alter command. Now what my requirement is, want to add the columns for a existing table student. First of all, I have to see what are the columns are there. Already roll number, name, class, date of join are there, and there are some records. Now for this table I want to add, for this purpose you can use alter table. Table name is student. Your requirement is add, and finally total, it's a number of 4. The width is a 4-digit for a number. Unknown command, alter the spelling mistake, alter, table altered. So this is the way how we can alter the table. Now you can once again you can try to display. You can change the line size to some 200. Display the records. Set line size some 200. Display the records. So that M1, M2, M3 total. Now already for existing records we are adding new columns. For this new columns I want to give the data. That means records already exist. For existing records you are adding new columns. For this new columns you have to add some information. So this in this case it's not possible by using insert. If you are using insert, what happened? The new record is created, but I don't want to create the new record. For existing roll number 123, I want to provide a 3 subject marks. Same way 124. So that we can use the update statement, update student, set what are the attributes you want to set. There are multiple records. I can use ampersand. I want to set the marks 1 as well as the marks 2, marks 3. For whom you have to give the condition where roll number equal to ampersand roll number. So in this case it lost the data. So you can give randomly 67, 56 as well as 90. For whom this is for 123. If there is no errors, it will give the confirmation 1 row updated. Same way go for you can repeat the same command once again. 78, 45 and 89. For whom this is for 124. Same way for another record 56, 90 and then 45. This is for 125. Now repeat the command once again. This is for 126, 90, 76 as well as 89. For whom this is for 126 and then 56, 78 and then 84. So this is for 127. Now clear the screen once again. Now select the data. Select star from student. Right. Now for all the students, to calculate the total, the formula is the same. so that you can use update statement like this: update student set total equal to m1 plus m2 plus m3. Here where condition is not required because the formula is same for all the students, so that no need to give the where condition. At a time 5 rows are updated. Once again you can select the data. Now the total is calculated. So like this you can update the records. Now display the structure of the table once again. So set line size to 80. So describe student describe student. Now for SNAME it's a varchar of 25. This one I want to make it as a 35. This one I want to make it as a 35. If data is existing in particular column which you want to reduce, it's not possible, or it's not possible to change the data type. So that if you want to modify the width or data type, you can use the option now with alter table is a modify. Within brackets, what attribute you want to modify as name, what is your requirement, you want to increase the width. Suppose try to reduce, suppose I want to make it as a 4 characters, varchar 2 of a 4. Alter table, table name is a master, that is a student. Cannot decrease the column length because some values is the too big. So that's why it's not possible. If the data is exist in particular column, it's not possible to decrease the width. Only increase is the possible. What is the possible here? Instead of 25, it's possible to make it as a 35. Now once again describe the structure and check it. Now it becomes 35. And try to remove the student details. The duplicate table is there. Drop table. Student details. Now what my requirement is, by using existing table, I want to create a new table. The existing table is the student. So I want to create the new table, that is the student details, as select star from existing table, existing table. Now you can select the data, select star from student details. Don't bother about the attributes comes down because the line size is less. So if you want to display in clear manner, set line size, you can make it as a 200 and select star from student details. Now it will display same data. So in this case, what happened? The structure is copied along with the records. Now what's my requirement is, I want to create only structure. I don't want records. If you don't want to display any records, generally how you can use the select statement, select star from student details, where you can use some invalid condition, where roll number equal to some 128. What happened? If the roll number 128 is not available, it won't display student details. It will display no row selected. Same query you can use while creating the new table also. create table students as select star from student details, as select star from student details, where roll number equal to 128. Table is created. See what happened. Now I want to select the data from a new table. Select star from students. You want display no rows, but the structure is available. Right? So that is a way you can create a table along with the records, without records. Right? Now what my requirement is, from this students, I want to change the name of the table students. For this purpose, you can use the command rename. Rename students to student college students. College students. So college students is already there. Now I drop table you can use. Now you can rename the students to students, college students. Now in this case, what happened? Now try to display the structure of the describe college students. Now from this, I want to remove the column date of join. Alter table, table name, college students, drop column, column name, that is date of join. Here you can observe already date of join is there. Date of join is a date type, that one I want to remove. Drop column, syntax, drop columns are displayed. Drop column, date of join, it's altered. Now display the structure of the table. Date of join is removed from the table. So like this you can work with the alter command. Now anyhow you can use one-time commit. The purpose of commit is to save the records in database permanently. You can use the commit. So what's my requirement is I want to remove the records only. So there are two ways. You can use the DML command delete without where condition, or you can use the truncate table. The difference between delete and truncate is delete is a DML command and truncate is a DDL command. So in case of truncate, if the records are removed, once you can say rollback, it's not possible to make it undo. Whereas in case of delete, it's possible. Now I can say that select star from student details. Records are displayed. Now by mistake, what I'm doing is I try to remove particular record, delete from students, but I forget to give the where condition. Simply I can press enter. Sorry, student details. Student details. 5 rows are deleted. So what happened? You try to select, it will display no rows. In this case, you can use the transaction control command rollback. Rollback is just nothing but a undo. Now you can select the data, it will display. Whereas same thing in case of a truncate table, table name, student details, table truncated. Now try to display no rows. Even if you are applying a rollback, it will give the rollback complete, but it won't record the data because rollback is only for a DML commands, not a DDL commands. So like this, you can work with the DDL as well as the DML data control language. There are two commands. One is a grant and the next one is a revoke. By using a grant, you can give the permissions on a particular table to particular user. By using revoke, you can get back the permissions which are granted. If you want to work with this process, you need another user. That I will explain once I will create another users in the database. Actually, I had to show in this session only. Forget the administration username and then password. That's why I'll postpone to the next session. So that's all about here. In case of transaction control language, along with the commit and then rollback, there is one more command is there, that is called a Savepoint. Savepoint is nothing but to get back the transactions from particular extent. For example, initially you are created a table with some 5 records. After that you set that commit. After that you are inserting 2 records and you are updating. If you are inserting 2 records, what happened? The total number of records becomes 7. And again you are updating 2 records. Even if you are updating, the total number of records are 7. After that you try to remove the 3 records. The total number of records becomes 4. If you set that simple rollback, whatever the transactions you have made after a commit, all those transactions has to be recovered. That means whatever the new records are inserted, whatever the 2 records are updated, whatever the 3 records are deleted, those transactions has to be recovered. Before the rollback, whatever the records are there, those things are exist in database. That I will show with the help of this example. Select star from student. See, there the records are there. Now I try to insert data, insert into student. I want to give only attributes information as name as well as a class. I don't want to enter all the records, all the attributes, values. I want to enter 2 records. So ampersand as name, ampersand class. So it lost the input. S name is a class is 10th class. Once again, if you want to insert one more record, repeat the same command and arrange and class. Say commit. Don't go for commit. Now just you can select the data. Select star from student. 2 records are added. Now I try to modify 2 records. So for this purpose, I can use update student set test name equal to ampersand test name, where roll number equal to ampersand roll number. Now I try to modify 127 name as a Kalyan. On 27. One more time I can use a update statement. This name is a Balu. Roll number is 126. Now you can select the data. One 26 pixels, 127. Now there are two transactions made. If I am saying simply roll back, all these transactions has to be recorded. Now what's my requirement is, I want to maintain the inserted records, but I don't want to maintain the updations. So that if I am saying roll back, simply see, so this is the status. So that is not my requirement. I want to get back the transactions from particular extent. For this purpose, you can create the save point. Save point is nothing but it's a memory area where you can place some transactions. Now I can create the save point. Let us say you can use save point name anything. Save point A. Here you can try to give the insert the records. So that is a Sridhar. Tenth class. One more time. Ashok. 9th class. So within the save point A, I try to create two records. Now I try to create a save point B. Here I can use the update command. Test name I can make it as a Kalyan, for whom 127. Once again repeat, Malu, for whom 126. Now you can select the data, select star from student. So this is the status. Now what's my requirement is, I want to keep the records which I have inserted. That is a S name and then class I inserted as Sridhar and then Ashok. I want to maintain these two records, but I want to recover updations. So updations are performed in the save point B. If I am saying a rollback to B, it will give the confirmation. Now try to select the data. So previous 127 updated as a Kalyan. Now that is a record. It make it as a Kiran. And Suresh, I made it as a Balu. Again, it's also record. Come back to Suresh. So that is the purpose of a save point. That's all about SQL commands. In the next topic, we'll meet with the important concept, that is a constants.